Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, back again. We are going to speak the Super League. We are going to speak European Super League. Now, if you've been following this channel for the last 5 months, we spoke about the Super League around. I think we spent 2 weeks speaking about the Super League, and we thought it was dead, but it looks like it doesn't die. It looks like it doesn't die. So we're gonna speak the Super League. We're gonna speak about how Arsenal could find themselves back in the Super League and how the Super League is alive. Now, this is quite a technical topic, but we did try to understand it 5 months ago. What happened before is Arsenal, among other 11 clubs, were actually part of the clubs that found a breakaway league, a European breakaway league called the European Super League. And basically, what the European Super League is all about is it's a league trying to challenge UEFA's monopolistic rule over European competitions, and there's a lot to speak about, but I'm going to try to feed you into the picture, try to make you understand what the Super League is, how bad it is, because I do understand my audience. Basically, my audience is not European, so I will try to understand to make you understand why Arsenal shouldn't be part of that European Super League, and maybe that is all. So this is something that started around. I mean, it started way back. Arsene Wenger talked about it, when he was still Arsenal manager 5 years ago, 6 years ago. He spoke about it. He spoke about the idea of the European Super League, and he said maybe where we are going, we shall have a European Super League played over the weekends and Premier League football played on Tuesday. And it didn't make sense by then. It didn't make sense, but this very year, 12 clubs, including Arsenal, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid as well, and a couple of others, because I think there were 9 at the beginning. They were 9. They actually came out and announced a European Super League. They announced themselves as founding fathers of a European Super League. Now, the fans reacted brutally and bitterly to the idea of a European Super League, and finally it was actually kicked out. However, it didn't die. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez kept on pushing with Barcelona and Juventus, because when the other clubs actually pulled out, when the English clubs pulled out, Juventus, Barcelona, and Madrid did not actually pull out. They remained as part of the European Super League, and they have been represented by some of the world's best lawyers to challenge UEFA. Because what UEFA is saying is that the European Super League is illegal, and now the court ruling says the European Super League is legal, and all sanctions, all disciplinary actions that have been imposed by UEFA on these clubs that were initially part of the European Super League are not legal. So we're gonna look at a statement that has been published by Juventus, Barcelona, and Madrid, and try to understand, and then I'll try to tell you what happens if the European Super League actually comes back into the picture. Do smash a like on the video, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get our party started. Right, so this is the joint statement that has been released by the 3 clubs, Madrid, Barcelona, and Juve. So it was published on the 30th of July 2021, yesterday. Statement from Barcelona, Juve, Juventus, and Real Madrid. So they're saying, sorry for that. So they are saying Barcelona, Juventus, and Real Madrid FC welcome today's court decision enforcing with immediate effect UEFA's obligation to unwind the actions taken against all European Super League founding clubs, including terminating the disciplinary proceedings against the undersigning 3 clubs and removing penalties and restrictions imposed on the remaining 9 founding clubs for them to avoid UEFA's disciplinary action. The court backs the request made by the promoters of the European Super League. The court backs the request made by the promoters of the European Super League, dismisses UEFA's appeal, and confirms its warning to UEFA that failure to comply with its ruling shall result in fines and potential criminal liability. The case will be assessed by the European Court of Justice in Luxembourg, which shall review UEFA's monopolistic position over European football. There is something to note about that. There is something to note about that, because what the first thing the European Super League wants is to challenge UEFA's monopolistic position over European football. But we are gonna get enter more into more detail. So it says the statement says we have the duty to address very serious issues facing football. UEFA has established itself as a sole regulator, exclusive operator, and unique owner of rights of European football competitions. This monopolistic position is in conflict, in conflict of interest, is damaging football and its competitive balance. As shown by ample evidence, financial controls are inadequate and they have been improperly enforced. Clubs participating in European competitions have the right to govern their own competitions. That is their idea, but it goes beyond than that. Let's go into let's finish up the article. So they're saying we are pleased that that going forward we will no longer be subject to ongoing UEFA's threats. Our aim is to keep developing the Super League project in a constructive and comparative manner, always counting on all football stakeholders, fans, players, coaches, clubs, leagues, and national and international associations. We are aware that there are elements of our proposal that should be reviewed and of course can be improved through dialogue and consensus. We remain confident in the success of a project that will be always compliant with European Union laws. You had me right. You had me right. That is what they're saying. That is the statement that was released by UEFA, by Juve, Barca, and Los Blancos. That is the statement. So let me try to make you understand. I don't know. Let me try to make you understand as much as I can. So the European Super League is not an option to the Premier League, but it would be an option to the UEFA Champions League. And if you've viewed my channel a couple of times, if you've viewed the homepage, I have a video of Ian Wright trying to cast the idea of the European Super League, and basically what he says in his reaction is, where is the jeopardy? Where is the competitiveness? Where is the competitiveness? How does it make sense? So this is how this is the structure of the European Super League that was proposed. You have 20 teams participating in the European Super League. It will be played in a league format. 10 clubs in one league and 10 other clubs in the other league. So that's what you have. It will be played in a league format. 20 clubs playing in a league format, and you would also have no relegation. Actually, clubs like Arsenal are believed to be benefiting more from the European Super League, because Arsenal would get around 300 plus million by becoming the last team in the European Super League, would actually earn us more money. So it is more like a closed shop. You don't have promotion, you don't have relegation. It's like the Formula One, right? It's like the Formula One. I think if I'm right, it's like the Formula One. McLaren wins it and Red Bull is the last, but Red Bull does not actually get relegated. it just waits for another season. It just waits for another season of Formula One. So that's what they want to do. They want to create a league of brands. Madrid is a brand, Arsenal is a brand, United is a brand. Don't argue with me. Arsenal is a brand. Chelsea is a brand. Liverpool is a brand. Juve is a brand. So and that's why you see you don't have the likes of Watford involved. The plan doesn't include Brighton. The club the plan doesn't include Leicester City. And what you have in there is there is no mobility. Absolutely. It kills the mobility in football. Leave alone the jeopardy, leave alone things like that. But the mobility is what is what does fast. So you will never see Leicester City winning the league like it did in 2016. That will never happen because they can never participate in there. So what they want is they want clubs that are brands to actually make money off their names regularly without by reducing the risk of making less money. Because if you look at the Kroenkes, by investing, if they invest around say if they invest around 200 million pounds in this summer, and then the club finishes 9th, there is no guarantee that you're gonna make big money. There's no guarantee. But in the European Super League, if Arsenal finish last, they'll make their money. And the idea there is they want to actually they feel football is actually undertapped. Should I use the word? Probably. So they feel football is undertapped. They want to sell football to to Asia. They want to sell football to Qatar. And basically what they want to do is you would have Arsenal playing Bayern Munich almost all the time. And these games will be staged in LA. These games, sorry, my light is off. These games will be staged in LA. They would be staged in Qatar. They would be staged in the Middle East. They would be staged anywhere because that is where it goes. It's more of the American way of sport. Because if you look at NBA, if you look at Formula One, you have the Belgian Grand Prix, you have the England Grand Prix, you have the Tokyo Japan Grand Prix. That is what they want to do because that gives them more money, that earns them more money. Now with UEFA, they find themselves in a very difficult situation. UEFA and FIFA. At the beginning of this project, FIFA came out and said there is absolutely no way this league is gonna stand. That was FIFA. UEFA as well, and they also put sanctions they put I should say threats. They threatened all clubs that want to participate and all players that want to participate in the breakaway league. What they were saying is if you enter this league, you actually don't play for your country. If you enter this league, if you're Arsenal, you forget Premier League football. You don't participate domestically. Now, the court has actually ruled that out. They're saying this thing is legal. This thing is legal, and any club can play domestically, even if they are taking part in the in the UEFA, in the European Super League. So it's back again. It's absolutely back again. What we lose as fans is a lot. Yes, I know. I mean, look, if Arsenal's playing Bayern and AC Milan and Juve, there's more pressure. There is a lot. But you don't want to see these games time in, time out, because they're gonna lose meaning. They will lose meaning. That is not how you know football. I mean, just imagine. And for me, like an Arsenal fan, I don't want to play Bayern all the time. I don't want to play Real Madrid all the time. I don't want to play Barcelona all the time. They are gonna humiliate us, and I don't want that. But again, think about the idea of the Premier League. Think about a closed shop league where you win the league and you cannot join. Imagine, if Watford dominates Premier League football for the next 10 years, they can't enter the Super League because the 20 clubs would be founding fathers, because they were saying they could have an option of around 3 three clubs that could actually be promoted. And imagine, just imagine that. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let me know what you think about the European Super League if you do understand it. And if you do not understand it, hit me in the comments and I'll try to explain further.